One example within painting then, and I know you're as fond of this as I am, is Ivan the Terrible killing his son by Ilya Repin. And I know for my sake, this is the first detail from in another book, but this is the first thing I saw of that motif. And I think that has all of the things that Snyder and also Aristotle is talking about. That you have, I mean, Aristotle talks about how you have this peak moment where you have the recognition. He recognizes what he has done. He has killed his own son. You have the reversal, which is, immediately afterwards, this is something he's living with the rest of his life, and then you're into the suffering, which is the third component. So you have all of the things that Snyder and Aristotle are talking about in this one image, right? And I think that, when you're talking about structure, I mean, it's the same thing as when you, like if you make a composition and something's not working, you start making these lines from corner to corner, and start tightening things up and putting them more in the more correct place. That's when the story starts working, because the different things relate to each other, right?
I saw that painting in Russia. I went to see it, and I stayed in front of it a couple of hours. It's one of my favorite paintings. It's and movies are advanced comics. In a comic book, you have all these frames, and you have bow and ching and close up, and in a movie you have like thousands of pictures set together to tell a story. For you as painters, you have very often one frame, and we're talking millions of frames, when it's 24 or something passing by for every second, and how to create a story with a beginning and a middle and an end, how to create compassion, how to create attention, and the fantastic thing about that painting is that you, first of all, you wonder, how did he come to that? There's a lot of little questions in that.
Ivan comes to it,
and I know there's like, it's based on a historical event or some sort. But still, I didn't know that story when I fell in love with the picture. Right. And the thing is that he has killed his son, and he is so remorseful that you feel compassionate with him. And if his expression had been like this, it would just be a horror movie. To
show that he's evil.
Yeah, how evil, and was like,
because that's one thing that Aristotle talks about. I don't think Snyder says that specifically, might be wrong. But Aristotle's point is that the people that are depicted shouldn't be like really bad, but not superhuman either.
No, you have to relate to them. It's all about creating a character that the audience feel with, understand, and can connect with on the basic human points.
And that's where this painting is not only valid for people who might end up killing their son, but this tells you, oh my God, I did something, I hurt that person in some metaphorical way, and I have to live with that the rest of my life. Or I should not do that.
But that's what
I've been thinking about that. When you look at that gaze, the minute, the second, when he realizes that the anger is still in him, and he sees what he's done and what he must live with the rest of his life, at the same moment that the life is ebbing out of his son, and that's the moment. And I'm thinking of, I had this amazing experience reading King Oedipus. And I think that might be I want to hear you talk about the log line. Snyder's concept of the log line. I think King Oedipus has that log line, because that's like one sentence I remember from there. He has killed his father and married his mother, gotten children with her. And he wants to find out who killed the father, because he didn't know, of course, that it was the father when he killed him. And he sets everything going to find out. And then in the end, Tiresias, the blind seer, is brought in, and he says, can you tell me who did this? And there's a scene where he gets more and more angry at Tiresias because Tiresias doesn't want to say it because he knows. And then he starts threatening him with violence or something like that. And then this one sentence, and that's just an amazing sentence. You will have a father today. You will lose everything today. That's the same thing, right?
It's the same thing, and as the thing is that from that picture we can understand that it was probably done in some kind of rage, but so we can the rage is in the action he has done, but what we are looking at in that picture is change.
Right.
He's in the middle of change. He's in the middle of going from anger and to sorrow and to regret. And if you're going to say something about storytelling, it's all about change.